Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. My name's Elizabeth, and today I wanted to come on with a message about challenging yourself in the ways that you think. So, are you thinking big or are you thinking small? Do you think you're thinking big, but you're really thinking small? So this is super critical, and this came up the other day for me, and someone's like, how are you thinking? Like, what types of things are you thinking about, right? Maybe you want to increase your income and you're like, hey, I want to look for a $100,000 a year job. That's great. And maybe that's way more. That's 50% more than what you're currently making, or 60% more. But why not start thinking bigger? Why aren't you looking for $1 million a year? Why aren't you looking for some of these bigger things, right? Like, I thought about that and I'm like, why am I not thinking in bigger terms, in broader terms? Like, there's billions of people on the planet, billions that we know about. And there's trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars on the planet. Why am I thinking I just want 100,000 of them? Now, probably because of where we're currently at. Maybe that's a big jump. Maybe you're already at 300,000, 400,000, or $1 million a year, and you need to be thinking even bigger than that. But at the end of the day, right, money is a tool, and it doesn't have to be with money. This can be, what type of impact can you make? Do you want to reach one person? Do you want to reach 10, 100 people? How about millions? How about hundreds of thousands? How about you impact and serve and help tons of people in your life? Start thinking bigger. Start asking the right questions. So it doesn't have to be in terms of numbers or people or things, but what about with your ideas? What are you letting yourself dream about? What are you letting yourself think about? Are you talking about just with your household? Are you talking about just with yourself? Are you reaching out to your community? Are you thinking that you could invent a product? Are you thinking that you could change certain habits that you have that are poor, that aren't good, that aren't serving you? Do you think you can actually expand? Are you holding yourself back and saying, oh, I'm just this type of person? Or, oh, this is just a habit my family, we all have. Like, that's limiting yourself. You are limiting yourself. So what type of limiting beliefs and thoughts do you have currently? And what do you need to get rid of? I know they talk about paradigm shifts and going into different dimensions and just expanding your thinking. Really, a lot of this stuff is up in your mind. And so it's about learning the information and starting to expand and to grow and to let yourself come out of the shell and out of this next layer of skin and into the next layer and into the next layer and into the next layer. And if you allow yourself to do that, you will start seeing a whole new world of possibilities. I mean, there's so many things to think about in terms of your mindset and going that you're not a victim and that you want to be empowered. And no matter what you face in your life, you're going to take control and you're going to have ownership of yourself. And you're going to become whatever you want to become, no matter where you've been or what limits you. You're going to overcome and rise up and achieve in spite of those things. But you need to see that within yourself. You need to see that this dream, this possibility, there's so much more that you can do. There's so much out there, right? Maybe you haven't gotten to travel the world or see all this stuff, but just try to pull back and see there's so much out there. There's space, the moon, like what is even beyond all of that, right? What is a possibility for you? What can you really do in this life? And maybe you haven't thought about a big dream, right? And at the end of the day, like, help the people around you, help yourself, help your family, help the community. That is huge, and that's an amazing place to start. But what can you do? What things are inside you that you're like, oh, I could build that, I could create that, I could design that, I could implement that, I could change that. What do you have the power to do, right? And I think as like if you're a parent, sometimes you are already starting to figure out, how can I help my child to be successful or smart or happy and help them develop their own lives, which is really critical. But don't forget about yourself. Like, even if you have kids, what can you do? What have you already built in your life? And what can you continue to build? Where can you go from there? What skills have you learned? What skills can you learn now? Or if you haven't really done a lot with your life, where do you want to go? What do you want to do? It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter if you already have a family or if you don't. Start taking action now. Really look at yourself. And this is something that I'm trying to work with myself on. All of these things are things that I'm learning and I'm going through, or that I've been through and that I want to share with you guys. Like, we really need to look at ourselves and go, am I reaching the potential that I can? Am I doing what I know I'm capable of doing? Or even I don't even know I'm capable, but I want to make this happen. I care about this project, or I care about eradicating hunger or suffering. That's really something I really care about. It's just like, I don't like the amount of suffering and stress and not good stuff in the world. And who wants to feel bad? No one wants to feel bad. No one wants to feel stressed. No one wants to be in pain. No one wants to be addicted. No one wants to have all this stuff. How can we really work and try to get rid of that? And that's where we say, like, one step at a time, one person at a time. But where could you maybe make an impact, right? And money, success, like having the time to work on that, or having money or resources or people that you can all band together, and having the fitness and the health and the mental fitness to be able to do that, that is where we're working. And that's what I'm working on. Start building yourself up for yourself, for your family, because healthy, happy kids are going to come from healthy, happy adults. So you have to take care of yourself. And then from there, you're able to help more people, help the community. People who are taking care of themselves can typically help and take care of more people. Now, this isn't always true, but I highly, highly and strongly believe in this, that the more you take care of yourself, the more you can take care of others, the more you can pour into the world and other people. So how can you build yourself up? Not for yourself. Like, I don't want all this stuff and money and accumulations and fancy cars and stuff. Like, I want time. I want freedom. I want the ability to help and to serve. And I heard this one time, it was like, the more people who have more money that actually have good intentions and who want to serve the world and serve people who need help, the better, right? We want more spiritual leaders and more people who have good intentions, to have more resources and the ability to band people together and to serve the world. So anyways, I went off on a little tangent, but I just really believe that we need to stop thinking in so small, and maybe we're dealing with our own problems, or we've dealt with our own problems or whatever, and we've been blocked to this, but we really have to start working on loving ourselves. We have to really start working on building confidence within ourselves. We really have to start working on building ourselves up and having this belief inside of us, and then giving ourselves the tools and the knowledge and the people and the connections and the money and the finances to be able to attack the problems in the world and to put more light into the world and to help eradicate the stress, the anxiety, the fears, the pain. That's what I want. Less pain. Pain is where we grow, right? But some of the pain and suffering in the world is not necessary, right? We're all going to have pain and things we face in the world. It's part of it. But there's a lot of stuff that can be changed. There's a lot of people who are in pain and suffering that don't need to be in that kind of pain and suffering. So anyways, I hope this message was helpful to you. Where do you need to expand your thinking? Where do you need to step up? I know I have so much work to do. I have so much work to do to become the person that I know I need to be for myself, for my family, for the world. But I'm going to keep working on that. And I'm going to fall back. I'm going to step back on. I'm going to fall back, step back on. But I'm going to try to keep going. I want to keep going. I've been loving this community that we're building. I'm hoping that we can continue to build it, continue to support each other, and keep working on bettering ourselves so we can better our families and our communities and ultimately the world. And you guys have so many talents and gifts, things you might not even know about. And so start working on shifting your reality and your mindset. I'm going to do some more videos on this. I think it's really critical, and it can totally change your life, but also the lives of everyone else. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If this resonated with you, if this message was helpful to you, feel free to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and share with someone who maybe needs to hear this message or you think could join our community. And then I will see you in the next video. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you being here. I hope that something is helpful to you. I'm just sharing some of the things that I'm thinking about or have thought about or that I've done or that I'm doing in hopes that it can help someone else out there on this journey. I know we're all in it together. We're all on our own journeys, but let's help each other along the way and let's support each other. So thank you so much for being here. What can you do in the world? How can you expand your thinking? How can you grow? Because the world needs you. You can do so much. You have it in you. Thank you guys. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.